Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez. We are here to make sure your real estate business is growing right alongside with ours. Don't forget, we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. And that we love to hear from you live while we are on the air. So drop your questions, comments, concerns, trolling, anything you want to say to us down below so that we can read it, make fun of you while we're at it, and have a good time. Now, before we start today,
how you pre-warn it. We're going to make fun of you. Whatever you say.
If you post something funny on there, we're going to make fun of you. That's
just expect it.
That's just what's going to happen.
Maybe we'll laugh along with you.
That's right. All right. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about going to the rodeo yesterday.
Okay, cool.
So yesterday I got an opportunity to go see a band called One Republic. I didn't realize I knew so many of the One Republic
Alan made me go, and I don't really listen to pop music. And there was one part of the concert where the guy gets up on stage, and he's standing there. He's really talented. I'll say that much. The lead singer is incredibly talented. And he's like, I've written songs for Ed Sheeran, Adele, but this next song, 99% of you will know it, and the 1% of you who've never heard it, you must be over 90 years old.
So congratulations for being alive.
Yeah, so congratulations for being alive. And I was like, oh, for sure I'm going to know this one then. And he starts singing his song, and Alan's like, oh, Beyonce. And I was like, is this a Beyonce song? I don't know that.
Apparently, BB does not know any Beyonce
I felt
songs.
so ignorant at that concert.
I feel like if you don't know any Beyonce songs, you really do live under a rock.
You're not down with Queen Baby?
I knew a few of the One Republic songs. Like, there was a couple of them that I said, oh, yeah, I've heard Brandon listen to that.
No, overall, really, really cool show. The sound has gotten a lot better there. I couldn't believe it. Like, I could actually hear everything. It was just muffled. And
I think it was just them. I think they sounded really, really good because I went to another rodeo concert, and it sounded like it usually does, like shit.
So my mother-in-law went with us to the rodeo, and she was just so impressed with. I mean, how can you not be impressed by going to the Houston rodeo?
Yeah, it's a sight to see for sure.
Amazing. So we were taking a guess on how much the stage costs. What do you think? Because like it rolls out.
Anyone who's been to the rodeo,
it opens up. I mean, it's got lights and everything on it. We were thinking maybe like
250 rig.
Oh hell no, man! That's got to be way more than that. Yeah, I'm thinking like between 5 and 10 million for that rig. Yeah,
that much.
Yeah, you guys don't realize how expensive.
I bet we can look it up and find out.
All that stage and sound equipment is just crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Like one of those sound towers, and they've got about 12 of them hanging there. But just one of them, if you go to a store and you're like, I want to buy that entire tower, you're going to spend about $500,000 on one tower.
Well, on one of the speaker towers.
That stuff adds up really quickly, man.
So
sound equipment is really expensive.
Speakers and
But
everything.
dude, that stage has like screens. It has like 6 screens above it. It has the little thing in the back. The stage has got like arms like an octopus. It's pretty incredible, man.
I met someone the other day, my Uber driver, who told me he's lived in Houston 30 years and has never been to the rodeo. And I was like, man.
Well, I have a question for our listeners. Has the rodeo always been that big? Because when we were kids, we never went to the rodeo. I don't remember once going to the rodeo growing up.
No.
And we grew up in Houston.
We went to El Jaripeo. That's where we went.
Yeah, we went to La Villa Charra. That was a rodeo for me. That's what I thought of rodeo, was like Villa Charra. And which is like a little ghetto little place where they do like a Mexican rodeo. Yeah. Hey,
Salinas was there.
She sang there at La Villa Charra. Yeah, and so did Tigres del Norte. Some big old group. Everyone listening is like, what is Tigres del Norte?
If you're from Houston, you understand these things, all right? It just comes as part of our vocabulary here. So, all right, we have a great show planned out for everyone today. I can't wait to share it. But I actually wanted to tell everyone how amazing it was to see everyone this week at our happy hour.
Yeah, that's right. It was a great turnout.
We had almost 400 people come through that door. It was packed the entire night.
We're 16 people away from maxing the place out.
I love
That's pretty incredible.
So if you're watching and you joined us this week at the Real Estate Rally, big thanks for coming out. I hope that you enjoyed the food and the beer, because that's what it's all about, and the networking, of course, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, every time I go to one of these events, this is what I love, and I think this is what I really enjoy about networking. Every time I feel like a little door opens up. You know, like randomly, Brandon and I were walking around, and we ran into a guy who was like, "Hey, I got some money I need to lend," and we were like, "I got some houses I need to buy." I mean, it was just
what's up?
Did
we just become friends?
we have lunch with him tomorrow. I mean, it's crazy how this whole thing works. And I remember, and actually, we had a lender come up. Her name is Renee.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I remember when you guys were hosting this same event at the other place, the Art Nouveau bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there was like 20 to 30 people there."
No, it wasn't that small.
Never.
Come on,
never.
bro.
That is factually inaccurate.
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to take that back.
I don't remember.
Our smallest one ever was at Jay Black's, and there was about 89 people there, and that's the smallest one ever. That was the first one.
Yeah, you're right. I remember being.
We used to
at Jay
max
Black's.
out Nouveau at like 150 people.
Yeah,
and we would
150.
stuff that place out. And then we would even spread into the back and everything.
Well, you know, everybody loves to exaggerate. And actually, I love the idea of saying we went from 20 to 30 people to almost 400. That just sounds good. So I agreed.
Yes, I do remember those times.
I remember those were good times. So, but you know what's really cool about this is it continues to grow. And the vendors were all, you know, ecstatic about it. So big shout out to our title sponsors, Jet Lending, for being our hard money lender, and IMG Mortgage for contributing to the people who were out there buying houses and providing the funding for them. So that was really, really cool. It was a really good event. If you didn't get a chance to join us at this event, make sure that you check out the one that's coming up.
Yeah, let me check the date actually.
It's
on that
in
real
April.
quick.
Yeah, because since we skipped
We had
February because we were trying to compete with Valentine's Day.
That never works.
We're doing April 11th on this next one.
April 11th.
Hey, you know what though? I met at
Wednesday.
least 3 couples who came to our event on Tuesday as date night.
Very nice.
Really?
Yeah, they said that was their date night. They
You know,
came to our
it's
event
really
for
not a
date
bad
night.
date night. I'm gonna tell you why. You go there, you eat for free, you drink for free, you have a good time. I mean, you could actually go there and not talk to anybody and still have a pretty decent date night and spend $1. And we were just talking about this. Vanessa and I went to the movies maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago to get into the movie to buy a drink, because you know we like to go to the one here at the Fountains where you can buy a drink at the bar.
Yeah, for sure.
And so to get into the movies, to buy a drink, to get like some popcorn and maybe a snack or whatever, it's $100.
No, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
For 2 people?
is, man. For 2 people.
What
It's what it costs.
What kind of drinks are you buying?
The 3D movie is almost $20 these days.
I was like, I will take a double Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah.
Like $40.
What are you ordering at the bar?
$40 just for one drink.
Vanessa's like, I will take a Sprite.
We have a great show planned out for you guys today. When we get back, we're gonna talk to you guys about some of the biggest dumbasses out there, and they happen to be in real estate. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com. Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is the place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore,
80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where we chat with us live during the show. We can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we've got a really, really good topic coming up, because it's something that we've been talking about for the last several weeks. Yeah. And we even had a discussion on here, and we asked you guys, we said, comment, would you accept a commission in cryptocurrency? Not only, not the ones that are big, like one of these, like, what was it, Property Coin, or the other one, Deed Coin. Would you take and everybody, unanimously, they agreed. No way. No way, Jose.
Everyone said absolutely not. I would never do that. And we assumed that because everyone said that, the majority of people were smart.
Yes.
And we thought, okay, well, you know, there's not as many dumbasses out there as we thought. But then all of a sudden, we came across some of the biggest dumbasses in the industry, and they happen to be real estate agents.
Yes, we got
breaking news. There are some dumbasses out there.
So if you are one of those two dumbasses and you're watching this show, we want to let you know that you're pretty stupid, because you took your commission in cryptocurrency.
Yes.
And how much did it dive?
So since they took their commission in Ethereum, which is one of the big coins, it's not even like Deed Coin or Property Coin, it's brand new. Since they took their commissions, Ethereum has gone down from $839 per coin down to $604. So they've lost about 20% of their commission like that in about a week. It's been about 1 week, and 20% of their commission is now gone.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was an agent up in New Jersey, and what she had was the title company. Obviously, they sent the funds over to the brokerage, and the brokerage automatically deposited straight to her wallet, her coin wallet.
Yeah.
And she converted that into Ethereum, and so that's where she received her commission. She played with her money, and now she's down 20% on that.
Man. All right. So where's she at? She's in New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
I mean,
it was such a gimmick, too, because she didn't really take her commission in Ethereum. They got paid a regular commission.
Yeah.
And the agreement was that her broker would then go buy Ethereum and give her the Ethereum as the commission. And she's now lost 20%.
You know, here's the thing. Like, I want to blame this agent, but at the same time, I actually blame the broker. Because, you know,
you think so?
Yeah, I do. Because I get emails, and people knock on my door all the time. I think the brokerage
supports doing this, and I think they want to expand it.
Maybe the broker is really into cryptocurrency, and he's like, hey, I need more people to get more cryptocurrency so mine can finally go back up.
Hey, you know why it went down? Because he gave it to her, and then he sold his shit off.
No, man. You know, I get these questions all the time. I get people that knock on our agents that knock on my door all the time and ask things about how to handle situations. If you're a broker, you want to keep your agents from doing really silly stuff that's going to affect them in negatively.
You want to look at their better interest.
You say that, but I think that's just really the mark of a good broker, because someone that's actually looking out for their agents. Because the fact of the matter is, you know, I'm involved in the recruitment, and most of the agents that come through my door, they either have rarely met the broker, haven't talked to them in months, don't even really know what they look like. So how can that type of broker really have your back?
You know, that's crazy. That seems to be a growing problem in the brokerage industry. That doesn't happen just in independent brokerages. It happens in the large brokerages.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
More and more. And I do kind of see why. I mean, as our brokerage has grown, it makes it more and more difficult. But you have to be able to have someone there that can help you offset some of the difficulties that come about.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, think about it. This week we had a big problem with a buyer that one of our agents was representing, who the seller wanted a lease back.
But at the last minute, this wasn't like something that had ever been negotiated. It was like last minute, by the way, I'm going to need the house back for like an extra 3 or 4 days, and I don't want to pay anything for that.
They didn't want to pay anything. But here's the thing. Even if the seller would have paid something, even if the seller would have agreed to pay the $30 or $40 a day that it would have prorated down to.
Yeah.
One of the things that people don't realize, or agents don't realize, is that they are putting their client in such a bad situation by allowing those leasebacks. But here's the crazy part. So the agent comes into the office and says, hey, I need your help working with this other agent on the other side. Well, who's the other agent? The other agent is a broker. is a broker, and I'm listening to the conversation, and this other broker is literally telling him that if he doesn't agree to have his client lease it back, that she's going to advise her client not to close. Well, heck, that's tortious interference. Yeah. Now you're telling me that
their broker really should have advised against that.
Because
they are the broker, right?
They are the broker.
Yeah,
the other person
so
is
bad.
the broker.
Oh my gosh.
So that just, I mean, it baffles me to see that there are brokers out there that would one try to bully an agent into something that they know it shouldn't be done, right? And then two, say, if you don't get this done, I'm going to advise my client not to close. Can you imagine what kind of business this other person is running?
That's insane. I hope they don't have other agents underneath them.
They do. Unfortunately, I looked them up.
Well, I mean, going back to this brokerage, it doesn't seem like this guy's being negligent. It seems like this broker, or maybe it's a lady.
They're trying to be progressive.
They are. It's culture state.
Yeah, they want to be cool. They want to be the ones that, oh look, we're doing things in crypto.
They want to have They want to be the first brokers to have a transaction completely in crypto from beginning to end, where the inspector, lending, all the closing costs, everything is done in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, guys, I like that. I like the idea of being progressive. I mean, heck,
yes.
if you know anything about us, you know that we are always looking at the next thing.
Yeah, what's the next big thing?
And if you know me, you know that I want the latest gadget on everything, right? So I love all of this idea. But
yeah, by the way, Alan's birthday's actually coming up.
Oh, no, don't tell anybody
I'm
that.
not going to tell anybody how old he is. You guys can extrapolate that based off of the other information.
We can play the game that we always play.
Yeah.
Who's older?
Who's older and how old are we? But if you ever want to buy Alan anything, just get him gadgets.
Any
this
gadget.
guy loves
gadget
man, more than anyone.
Whatever gadget.
So when he says that we're progressive, he means it. We always have the coolest, the best gadgets. By far.
What ticks me off about buying gadgets sometimes, though, is that a year later, it's like not even worth anything anymore because there's a new gadget that just came out.
Yeah.
Bro, that's called getting got. Right?
Yeah, seriously. Well, we were just talking about that because, like, for example,
wait a minute, did we get scammed?
BB's getting ready to go buy a new cell phone. He's only had the cell phone 2 years now. You know,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good life.
Galaxy S7 is what I have. Apparently, I missed the S8.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at the S9 because mine is like done.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. What we were talking about is progressive.
We just went on a tangent.
But here's the thing.
Let's reel it back in for our audience.
You should still, even if you want to be progressive, you should still try to protect.
That's
your
what
agents.
I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be progressive. You can bring in new technology. You can do whatever it is to make your company stand out. But if your agent just took a 20% hit on her commission, she's not going to be real happy.
It's time to take a different direction.
And here's the thing. One of the things that we've realized, think about this. One of the things that we've realized by growing this brokerage is that the absolute best way to grow it is to have happy agents.
Yeah.
That is the best marketing strategy you can ever have out there. So here's the way I see it. If you pay me my commission in cryptocurrency and I lose 20% of it tomorrow, I am pissed. I'm going to be like, I need a refund. I need something.
Even though they might have elected to do that, they're sometimes come up to you like, why didn't you stop me?
Why didn't you stop me? Because here's the thing. If you're the broker, your agents look at you like you're supposed to know better. You're supposed to know certain things, you know? And they may be older or they may have more experience.
Some of our agents are watching.
For whatever reason, they expect you to know things, you know? Yeah. So I think, doing this, probably not the best idea. But hey, to all his own, you know, whatever. Hopefully that agent doesn't mind that we just called her a dumbass.
Well, let's talk about the second one.
What is it?
Oh, there's another dumbass. I forget.
Well, this one's not so much of a dumbass. She didn't really lose anything. They're just being gimmicky. They recorded their property deeds in cryptocurrency, and they're like, in blockchain, not in cryptocurrency. They recorded their deeds, and they're making a really big deal out of it. They're like, hey, we're gonna record these deeds in Vermont and Bitcoin or in blockchain. I mean, and they're trying to be like, oh, look how progressive we are, how cool we are.
Do you think that's? I kind of see what you're saying. I mean, there is really a trend of these kind of like gimmicky startup companies because it's about a startup called Propy or Proppy, however you say it, you know, and they're doing this blockchain stuff. I feel like some of these articles coming out. Help me understand what
this actually really means, though, because see, if I don't quite truly
so look right now,
I can imagine our audience is probably like, well, what the heck does that actually mean?
Here's an easy way to understand it, right? So centralized means you go down to the county and they keep all of the records there at the county. And if the county ever blew up and all their backups blew up, all the records would be gone.
Boom, gone.
Right?
So then no one would own anything.
Yeah, and with blockchain, the whole idea is that everybody owns a little tiny piece of all the transaction records.
Right.
So you can get rid of the county, and it doesn't matter. The records still exist. You can get rid of you can get rid of me, and the records still exist between all of the other users that are still using that technology. Their computers are helping to store the records.
Got it.
So now it's decentralized. You don't need a central place to collect all of the records.
So it's like basically taking all of our records and throwing them up in the cloud.
Yeah, basically, yes. But
all of our tiny little clouds everywhere.
Tiny little bitty clouds
and they're
everywhere.
all interconnected.
So if one little cloud goes poof, it doesn't matter because all
the other clouds have all the information.
Right, and they're like backups of each other.
Yeah, and the great thing is that now it becomes public, and that anyone can go on there and actually look it up. Right now, if you want to look up something, you got to go down to the county. You got to talk to the rude clerks.
How to access their system.
Yeah, they got to go on there and look at the microfilm.
They always look at you like, you should know this.
Yeah.
Why are you asking?
Oh, man, they made me look at microfilm one time, and they just handed me the little thing.
Yeah.
And they stuck it in the computer, and they were like, okay, you have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know how to turn this machine on.
Because if you've never been over there, it's like a 1970s machine.
It's a huge microfilm machine.
It's that old gray-looking color. Right?
Oh, my goodness.
Big giant yellowed with age.
Yeah. It's the strangest looking thing. And you're like, what do I do here? Siri, find me something.
I had to go ask. I was like, excuse me, I don't know how to use this machine.
Yeah.
And they're like, ugh. What do you mean you don't know how to use this old machine that doesn't get used anymore?
Exactly. I love it.
So,
all right.
It's a good idea, but until it starts really, like, a lot of people decide we're all going to do it, like us as a brokerage, and then we go to somebody like Patton, we're like, Patton, you're going to start recording everything in the blockchain in addition to the county, because you still have to do it through the county. And eventually you're going to have to convince the county to come over.
It has to be the county doing it. The county at some point has to say, okay, this is the better way to do it.
What's funny in this article says the city clerks, lawyers, and entrepreneurs involved can't say for sure, but their transfers making noise is the first recorded on the distributed ledger stateside. So they don't even really know what just happened.
Trying to figure out what's
did it
going
work?
on.
They're just looking at each other. Did it work?
Think about it, though.
Is it recorded?
With government, everything is always like 10 years behind.
And 10 times more expensive.
Way more expensive, and there's always like 4 people watching.
Oh, man, go down to the city. You need a copy of a piece of paper at the city. It's $6. It's like, wait a minute.
For one piece of paper.
You ran a copy? That's $6? They're like, there's an administrative fee on that.
Yeah, and there's like 3 people standing by the printer, and one person actually printing it out.
Is it working?
Supervising.
Is it working? John, you're supervising too. Is it working? All right, we got 3 people. Printer definitely works. That'll be $6.
That's the city of Houston for you. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com.
Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, we got into a little bit of as David called it, woo, dumbass alert. I thought that was really funny. It's like stuck in my head the way David said it. Yeah.
All right, so we just got through making fun of a couple of.
Well, as soon as we went to break, David was like, "Man, you guys have some real pent-up frustration against the city of Houston."
We made fun of a couple agents, and then we made fun of the city of Houston. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully the mayor is not watching this show.
Mayor Turner's embarrassed right now. He's like, "Oh my God,
I didn't know."
You mean we have 3 supervisors over that printer?
I didn't know my machine
another one
was
in
from
there.
1970s.
We're gonna need a 4th supervisor. I don't think that we need someone to supervise the supervisors.
Seriously. Hey, but let's talk a little bit about something that's really going to impact the industry here.
Yeah.
Really
This is
soon.
a really big deal. And this really affects agents and consumers.
It affects everyone.
So this is a big deal because as agents, we are consumers as well. And I know that there's some people out there that are listening that are just consumers. They're not agents.
Yeah.
So right now, the federal government just voted, the Senate, it passed, overwhelmingly passed, to roll back a lot of the regulations of Dodd Frank.
Yeah.
So they're getting rid of a lot of the limits on the interest. They're getting rid of the homeowner limits. There's a lot of small little things. Now, it's got to be reconciled. So it hasn't completely passed.
Yeah.
But President Trump has already
House.
said, get it to my desk and I'll sign it.
Well, this is something that I think he campaigned on, and
He did.
Look, I'm not a fan of President Trump, but I do agree with some of the things that he's done that are going to help our economy. And this is one of the things that I think is going to really help.
So one thing that they did is that they said, oh, look, we'll keep it to where if banks are smaller than $250 billion,
The community banks.
then all the regulations are going to stay the same for them. They're still going to apply. But a lot of regulators out there are saying this is BS because all these banks are going to do is split out into little subsidiary banks that are all under that limit, and now they're going to lend however the heck that they want to lend.
And Jabron was kind of explaining that to us on the break, and I said, "There's no way that that they can have that easy of a workaround." But I mean, apparently you read through it a little bit, and
it's not necessarily just a workaround. The way that these laws generally work is that there's always like a step 1 and a step 2. This is just the step 1 between the having these strict, tough regulations on lending and what banks can do. To literally opening up the floodgates, which is, one of the problems that we originally had. But I think now we have a lot more experience as consumers.
So you think you're good on this? You're saying we're opening up the gates just a little bit. We're more experienced. We can control this flow.
We need more of this because here's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
If you are looking to buy a home right now, it's still not easy enough, in my opinion, to go out and qualify for a home loan. There's still so many steps that you have to go through. There's so much paperwork that you have to do, and there's proving. I mean, you literally have to prove everything, and it's just like, man, some people give up along that process because it's just so difficult. The credit score has to be perfect. I mean, there's people that don't have derogatory credit; they just have no credit, and they're having a hard time. But why should that be? Those are still people that pay their bills. So I mean, there's a lot of that's happening. Then again, there's the people that are self-employed. There's the people that want to buy owner financing. Those people are having a hard time.
This repeal is not really guaranteeing any of those people any kind of loans.
No.
What it's doing is so banks do what's called fractional lending. We won't get super complicated here, but if you give a bank $1, they will lend out $5. Even though they only have $1, they lend out $5.
Yeah.
And they used to do stress tests on these banks and say, how much money do you actually have? And if you had to liquidate right now, can you? These regulations are getting rid of those annual stress tests for the smaller banks. They're saying, you don't have to do that anymore. We don't need to know if you're liquid or not. That's pretty scary. They're also getting rid of the assessment that they used to have to do called the living will, where the banks have to say, okay, look, this is our plan for liquidating if we ever have to. They don't have to do that anymore. So they're really setting the banks up in a situation where we can start lending a lot more on fractional lending. We don't have that much, but we're going to lend it out anyways. And that's where it opens up the floodgates to those other loans.
That's right. And that's where, in the last round of this, we saw some 103% loans. Yeah. If you had a heartbeat, you'd qualify. It may never get to that.
Do you have a pulse? Point. All right, 12% interest. Let's go.
and you'll get to some of that. But again, we've gone through right now over 12 years of learning on what we know where we messed up. We know what things didn't work. Are there going to be some predatory practices? There always are. Yeah. That's never going to go away. But now as a consumer, we have more access. We understand what happened the last round. I think overall it's going to help the economy. It's going to help that first-time home buyer come in, and maybe they're not as educated and don't have all the qualifications, but they'll be able to buy. Yeah. And now the only thing we have to focus on is making sure that there's something out there for them to buy, which is the other problem.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it. Get rid of all the regulations, but also put a clause in there that says, the public's not going to bail your asses out this time. That's true. If you fail.
That's true.
Yeah. And that's unfair. Last time we paid for all of those executives that got really rich, we paid their salaries.
Yeah, we did.
We paid them. So that's what bothers me. Okay, fine, whatever. Roll back whatever you want. Play with your money how you want. When I go to the casino, no one tells me how to play my money. That's right. But if I lose my money, I can't go to you and be like, hey, Alan, I kind of lost all my money. I'm going to need you and David to come on. Bro? I'm too big to fail. Come on, guys.
And that does happen. That does happen in our industry. And it's sad because, yes, overall, the public is the ones that end up paying for all of it.
Yes, sir.
So, but here's the other thing. If all of this rolls back, it does potentially create more opportunity. So there's that trade-off.
All right, we got to jump into events, man. It's the end of the show. Man. We got too deep. Yeah. Sorry.
Alan's final message: with great power comes great responsibility.
There you go, guys.
I love it.
All right, let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up before we end the show.
Okay, so right now in a couple of hours from 4 to 7 p.m. in Midtown at Pub Fiction, we're having the new agent happy hour and mastermind session hosted by the Houston Breakthrough Realtors. The Houston Breakthrough Realtors are actually going to be walking through how to generate leads from your sphere of influence in your first year of real estate. So I hope to see many of you guys out there if you're a newer agent or just coming into the industry.
This is first-year agents only or people that are getting their license.
That's right. That's right.
All right, good stuff. What else do we have?
And then in about 10 days, we have the digital marketing class, Digital Marketing for Realtors. This one is filling up fast, guys. Actually, we've already run out of one ticket type. We might have to open up a little bit more. So we'll see, but we have maybe 10 spaces max. Digital Marketing for Realtors, we're going to be going through our social media practices. We're going to have an appy hour, and Alan Hernandez himself is going to be showing you how to optimize your social media profile and rank #1 for your name on Google.
Which everyone should be ranked #1 for their own name.
That's
the way
right.
I see it. If you're in this industry, if someone types your name in, you should be the first person on that search, and you should really be the entire first page, the way I see it. All right, guys, that is it for today's show. I can't believe it. This one went by a lot faster than I expected. Don't forget that we're on every Tuesday and Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. We will see you in a couple hours at Pub Fiction.
That's right.
Of course, if you're a new agent, we are inviting all of you to come out. Make sure that you share.
Or if you're taking your test.
If you're taking your test, if you've registered to take your classes, if you're a new agent first year, we want to meet you. We want to mastermind with you. We want to make sure that you know how to crush it in 2018. All right, guys, don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.